Welcome back to Power Lunch. Bitcoin at about $88,000 right now. That's well off its post-election highs in hopes that the Trump administration would support cryptocurrencies. It's off the lows of earlier this week, too, though. A crypto summit is taking place at the White House this afternoon, and the president expected to speak later. But there is some disappointment that what might actually happen is short of what the crypto community was hoping for. Mackenzie Sigalos is here with us on set. She joins us now with more. Mackenzie.
Hey, Morgan. So investors were not impressed with the president's Bitcoin reserve order, despite it being a big win for the industry. Markets sold off on the news with altcoins like Ether, Solana, and XRP leading losses overnight. Now, those tokens were recently promoted by Trump on Truth Social, but none are mentioned in the EO. Instead, it seems they're getting shuffled into a separate stockpile for orderly management. But the main concern here is that the order stopped short of any immediate government Bitcoin buying strategy. Instead, the U.S. will only hold on to seized tokens, meaning that no taxpayer dollars are going toward new purchases. That is a letdown for investors who were hoping for real federal demand. Now, that said, we just heard from White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs, who hinted at a possible Bitcoin buying plan only under budget-neutral conditions. Take a listen.
If the Secretary of the Treasury or the Secretary of Commerce can come up with a budget-neutral way to acquire more, then they are authorized. They don't have to, but they're authorized to develop those strategies.
Now, all eyes are on the first ever White House Crypto Summit, where Trump is set to speak shortly to a room filled with industry heavyweights, including Brian Armstrong, Vlad Tenev, and Michael Saylor. Some are pushing for stablecoin policy, while others see crypto's future in tokenizing private markets and putting trillions in equity on-chain.
My only question about tokenizing private markets is, what is tokenizing private markets? What does that mean?
Well, this is actually something that Vlad Tenev has been pushing for quite a while now, because there is an appetite with Robinhood's customers, which essentially is everyday customers. Because of SEC rules limiting private markets to accredited investors, they can't get exposure to a SpaceX or to a Stripe, for example. And so by putting that on chain, which would require some sort of congressional adjustment, something in a market infrastructure bill, they would finally be able to get that. You democratize the private markets.
Very quickly, do we know how many seized tokens the U.S. has or has been seizing?
It's funny that you asked that, because David Sachs mentioned the fact that we need to do some due diligence, some accounting. And so the estimate is 200,000 tokens, which would put it at roughly $17 billion. But one of the top priorities of this working...
You know who Ross Ulbricht was? No, I'm serious. Silk Road, he's in prison, he's being pardoned.
Yeah.
Like, where's that money? Where's all... Ross Ulbricht would be like one of the... I mean, I'm not justifying what he did. Silk Road, selling drugs, guns, weapons. You could buy a bazooka. But that's like hundreds of billions of Bitcoin, I think, nowadays.
And the U.S. government did seize a large stash of Bitcoin from Silk Road, which they have since liquidated.
Okay.
And part of the argument of this administration is, why didn't we hold on to it? Because it's appreciated in value. We've lost billions of dollars because of premature sales.